What if you could turn your screen time into real-life connections? Discover how Lumity Media is changing the game? Stick around to find out more. I'm really excited to introduce you to Jeff Keel, the founder of Lumity. Originally from Tampa but now in LA, Jeff has poured his heart and soul into building this incredible educational media company. His vision? To connect people more deeply with the media they love and the friends they share it with. With a passion for adventure, Jeff loves staying active, whether it's through sports or hiking. I can't wait for you to learn how Jeff has come up with a game-changing solution for a big problem we all face. Trust me, you won't want to miss what he has to say. So get ready to dive into the world of Lumity Media. Jeff is here to share how he turned a simple idea from a failed book club into an app that connects people through content. You'll hear about his journey, the challenges he's faced, and the exciting future he's building. Let's jump in. Jeff founded Lumity Media to connect people with content and create a community around learning. One key insight Jeff discovered is to listen closely to user feedback and act on it. This approach helped evolve the app and boost engagement. Additionally, Jeff focused on building a strong network and creating a user-friendly experience, which is key for rapid growth. By staying true to the mission and continually improving the platform, Jeff is paving the way for future success. Welcome to the Founder Show. Today we're super excited to have Jeff Keel, the founder of Lumity Media, with us. At the Founder Show, we share amazing stories of startups and help inspire visionaries like you. With our podcast and massive audience, we're here to help you connect and grow. So let's get started. Hi, Jeff. This is Vats from the Founder Show. Thanks for joining this podcast, and I'm so glad to have you here with me. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good.
That's great to hear, Jeff. So let's dive right in. What's the name of your startup, and what big problem are you aiming to solve?
So my startup is called Lumity Media. It's an educational media company, and I'm looking to solve this disconnect that we have with our present social media platforms, and I want to connect my users and my audience with more deeply with the content they're consuming and those that they're consuming it with.
That sounds fascinating, Jeff. Bridging that disconnect is such a relevant challenge today. What inspired you to tackle this issue and create Lumity Media?
Yeah, so kind of a funny story. So it actually all started from a failed book club, which is a cool premise of, the beginnings often hide themselves in ends, or, what you can make out of failures. And so I wanted to still know what my smartest friends were reading, what they were listening to, what they were watching. And so I was going to start a Google spreadsheet and give everyone a tab. And then in the shower one day, shout out Paul Graham, I had this thought of like, damn, this could be an app. And so since then, I've been working on creating this app, this platform to know and understand what is driving the thoughts of my most intelligent peers and colleagues. And so, yeah, that's how the app originated.
Wow, Jeff, that's such a relatable and inspiring origin story. Turning a failed book club into a platform idea is genius. I love how it's rooted in curiosity and connection. So how did you go from that shower epiphany to actually building Lumity Media? What were your first steps?
So the first step was keeping it in-house and calling on a friend. One of my friends had built a mobile app in college, so I reached out to him and asked him for some advice. He ended up putting me in touch with a dev shop over in India that he worked with in college, and he kind of led the first part as a bit of a program manager, helped, connect myself and the dev team in the beginning phases. But we really just hit the ground running, started putting together some designs. The first iterations were done in PowerPoint, which is a hilarious backstory. But yeah, so we put together some designs and then started just developing it out. And within like 6 to 8 months, I had a functioning app, and there's obviously been a ton of iterations since then, but yeah, here we are now a couple years later with a much more beautiful but still functioning app.
That's incredible, Jeff. Starting with PowerPoint designs and evolving into a fully functioning app is such a testament to resourcefulness and determination. It's also great that you leaned on your network early on. What was it like working with the dev shop in India? Any challenges or surprises during those early development stages?
Yeah, so definitely some challenges naturally. You know, being across the world, you have to deal with time zone issues. You also have to deal with somewhat of that language barrier. But overall, the experience working with the dev shop has been nothing short of great. The guys on the team are just really hungry, ambitious, determined, and then really put together a great product. And so, yeah, it's been amazing to work with them, and they really execute well on your vision. And so, yeah, whatever you describe your needs are, they are able to deliver upon it. And so it's been great.
That's awesome to hear, Jeff. It sounds like you found a really solid team that aligns with your vision despite the initial hurdles. Speaking of vision, how did you decide on the core features for Lumity Media? What were the must-haves you wanted to include from the start?
So the vision really still to this day is just like what I want out of an app and what I want out of a platform. And so a lot of the features and interests on it are just things that I see value in. And so it starts with just having a home feed to solve that initial problem of, okay, let me see what my peers are learning about. And so the feed consists of the books, the podcasts, the videos, and the articles that your community, your learning community, is engaging in. But then to take it even deeper, there's an explore page filled with interests that you can tap into different content based on the interests of your choosing. And then something that's also really cool is the library feature. And here is where it's like the personal tracking side. And so you can track all the items you've completed. You can save things for later and build out a to-do list. And then you can also create custom playlists around your favorite topics. So if you're into entrepreneurship, you can plug in all the books, all the podcasts, all the videos or articles that you've read around the entrepreneurship category and build out a custom playlist tailored to that interest. So yeah, just all really fun ideas that like I think would be cool. I've been able to implement them into the app throughout the years.
That's such a well-rounded and thoughtful set of features, Jeff. I love how it's not just about consuming content, but also organizing and personalizing it. The playlist idea especially is brilliant. It's like creating a curated knowledge hub for yourself and others. How has your audience responded to these features so far? Any feedback that surprised or inspired you?
So the audience has loved it so far. Right now, we're still pretty small in terms of user base, some of that intentionally, but thus far, the power users have really loved the continued build-outs. We're actually rolling out some new features that have been specific requests from the users. So features like tagging friends, so being able to tag people in posts and comments, which will boost interaction. There's also some gamification elements that we're building out in order to start a streak, keep a streak alive, to really track your learning journey. And then there's some other metrics that we're providing to our users to allow them to better understand the numbers behind their consumption habits.
That's fantastic, Jeff. It's great to see how you're actively listening to your users and evolving the platform based on their needs. The tagging and gamification features sound like they'll really boost engagement and make the experience even more interactive. I'm curious, how do you balance adding new features while staying true to your original vision for Lumity Media?
Yeah, so I think that's important, and I think it's easy to get lost in recommendations from others, or when other people hear ideas, they get jumpy of like, "Ooh, what about this? What about that?" And so I think it is important to have that North Star metric guiding you. But as of now, I feel like I've been able to hold true to the vision, the mission, and what we're trying to do at Lumity. And the features that we've incorporated, both old and new, are really just supporting that overall mission. And so, but yeah, I think it is extremely important to hone in on and having that North Star metric. And okay, does this feature contribute to that, or does it stray away from that? It's an important question that you have to ask every day.
Absolutely, Jeff. Staying anchored to that North Star while being open to innovation is such a delicate balance, but it sounds like you're navigating it really well. Speaking of your mission, where do you see Lumity Media heading in the next few years? What's your big vision for the platform?
So I see Lumity as a holistic media company. Starting with the app, I think the app is a great home base for all of our users and audience. And the app will continue to serve its purpose in allowing people to connect over their favorite media. But beyond that, I also want to start to get into the creative side of it. Whereas the app is the facilitation of media, I want to get into the creative side of media and get back to a podcast where I'm interviewing people about their passions, start writing more, where I'm exploring different societal changes, norms, etc., and being able to influence in some way, but also inspire people and spark some curiosity through creative media. And then I also want to be able to partner with mission-driven individuals and mission-driven organizations and help them with their media. And so creating this overall holistic media company in which we have creators, organizations, and then in-house production of media as well. So yeah, really just creating that umbrella media company and running with that.
That's such an ambitious and exciting vision, Jeff. Expanding from a platform to a full-fledged media company that not only facilitates but also creates and inspires is a powerful direction. I love the idea of blending user-driven content with your own creative projects and partnerships. What do you think will be the biggest challenge in scaling Lumity Media to that level?
I think some of the bigger challenges that we'll face, one is just the network effect, right? That's probably one of the bigger problems we're facing right now, especially on the app side, is in order to get more content on the platform, you need more users, but to get more users, you need more content. And so it's kind of that chicken egg dilemma. So that's definitely a hurdle. Beyond that, also the content moderation piece. We want to be very particular about the type of content that's being posted. It's more of in line with intellectually curious, inspirational, motivational, very thoughtful type of content. Not to say that comedy or true crime or silly content or sports or whatever, not to say that those aren't important forms of media, but on our platform, we really want to focus on growth, personal development, just expansion. And so being able to moderate the type of content that's posted from users, we don't want to be hawkish with our content moderation policies. So that'll be another hurdle. And then really just resources, I would say, would be the third hurdle is in the early stages, you're tight for cash, you're strapped a little bit. And so having the adequate resources necessary to provide these media services for companies, to reach out, to do the marketing, to have the marketing spend in order to get more eyeballs on your content, but also drive more people to your platform. So those would be the three biggest hurdles I'd say we're facing right now.
Those are definitely significant challenges, Jeff, but it's clear you've thought deeply about them. The network effect is a classic hurdle for platforms, but your focus on high-quality, growth-oriented content could really set Lumity apart. And I love how intentional you are about maintaining the platform's integrity without being overly restrictive. With those challenges in mind, what's one piece of advice you'd give to other founders who are navigating similar early-stage hurdles?
Stay resilient. Keep pushing. Stay true to that North Star. And I think it's important to pivot, and there's always going to be iterations, and I've done plenty of iterations myself in the couple of years I've been building Lumity. But you still want to stay resilient, and I would say resist switching up and resist changing just because you feel like you have to. Like, it's going to be hard. Running startups, building a startup is hard. And so you want to just make sure you stay true to self and you really listen to that intuition and build what you feel like you're supposed to build, not build what you think other people want you to build.
That's such powerful advice, Jeff. Staying resilient and trusting your intuition while navigating the inevitable challenges is so key. It's inspiring to hear how you've stayed grounded in your vision for Lumity Media. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you would like to share with our listeners or any final thoughts on your journey so far?
No, I'm thankful for this platform. I'll be very interested to see how it turns out. But overall, I just hope that Lumity can inspire some of you guys and help you find maybe some of that community that you're seeking. But most importantly, yeah, I think I would just encourage everyone to continue to pursue their learning journey and follow your curiosities, tap into your passions, and hopefully you're able to meet some others on the way. So yeah, I would love for whoever's listening or reading this to join Lumity, join our Lumity community, and share some things that are inspiring you as of late. I would love to learn from you.
That's such a heartfelt message, Jeff. Thank you for sharing your journey, insights, and vision with us today. I'm sure our listeners will be inspired by your story and your mission with Lumity Media. Wishing you all the best as you continue building this incredible platform and community. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Take care and best of luck with Lumity Media. Thanks for tuning in to The Founders Show. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate your support. And hey, if you're a startup founder and want to share your story with us, visit founder.show to sign up. We'd love to feature you on the podcast. Catch you next time.